All right, comfortable seat. Comfortable seat. So easy pose, Sukhasana, sitting up nice and tall. Our practice tonight is going to focus on sciatica, neck, shoulders, low back, and hips. And then maybe some, well, absolutely, some heart opening, and then something for the solar plexus as well. And that's like our willpower, our ability to follow through, right? To say like, yep, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it, right? You find that will, I will. So comfortable seat, allow your eyes to soften or to close. And then just take a nice breath in through your nose. Hold the breath at the top. Open mouth, exhale, release, sigh it out. Again, inhale through the nose. Nice full breath in. Hold at the top. Open mouth, exhale, release. One last time, inhale. And once you get to the top of your breath, can you take in a few more sips of breath? Hold it. And a nice release through the mouth. And then sealing your lips and finding a gentle breath that you can maintain throughout this whole practice. And if it makes sense, Ujjayi breath is always available to you. That nice oceanic, victorious breath with that slight constriction at the back of your throat. That's kind of a nice little background music. You know, if you listen to your breath, as long as the breath is able to be maintained, you're doing it. That powerful breath. Softening through your fingers, your toes, your face, your jaw. And then can you notice whatever you are sitting on? If you're sitting on a blanket or blocks or a bolster or on the floor, can you grow a little taller in your spine? Can you reach the crown a little more towards the sky? Breathing, smooth, even breaths. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice this evening. An intention to stay present, an intention to be more patient, an intention to listen better. Whatever it may be is perfectly fine. Staying here for 3 to 4 more cycles of breath. Getting very grounded in your breathing. And it's the base of all of our practices, our breath. Without our breath, we're just making shapes. But that breath brings intention to our practice. Yeah, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently blink open your eyes. Lift your head if you lowered your chin. Come back to your space. All right. So let's start at the neck. It's always a good place to begin. If you want to switch the crossing of your shins, do that just to give yourself some evenness. Or if you need to change how you're sitting altogether, do that whenever you're ready. So thinking about the neck, we're thinking we have like a marker on the end of our nose. And we're just going to begin making little circles in the air in front of us with that marker. And maybe it starts a little smaller, a little tighter. So think of a spiral. And then slowly, gradually, Maybe those circles get a little bit bigger. Go slowly, moving with intention. What a great practice for people that struggle with like attention deficit, like really being mindful and paying attention and asking you to slow down and not rush, but to feel. So that's why for me, coming into a shape like this, I really enjoy closing my eyes because I can begin to feel more, right? I'm taking away one of my senses. So I'm not distracted by the vision, by the things in the space I'm in. So if it feels comfortable and safe, maybe you start closing your eyes for certain shapes or movements. The next time your chin is at your chest, just pause there for a moment. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And then begin to take your circles the other way. Again, maybe beginning very small, tight spirals. Little circles with your nose. And gradually those little spirals, the circles, they get a little bit bigger. Good. Keep breathing, inhaling as the nose comes up. Exhale when the nose comes down. I was very much looking forward to this practice. I've been doing a lot more. I guess that's what I've been doing, more just kind of yoga postures here and there throughout my week as I need them. But my neck, I knew, I was like, oh, I know we're going to do neck stuff. So I was looking forward to practice tonight. Neck and shoulders. All right. Inhale, bringing that head up. And exhale, when the chin comes down towards your chest again, just pause. Take 3 more cycles of breath, just really stretching out the cervical spine. Softening your jaw and your face. Good. And then slowly allow your right ear to roll towards your right shoulder. Just getting a little bit more into the neck, and then we'll add the arm. So take that left arm and reach the fingertips towards the ground. So you're going to feel this tension, this pulling away. So hopefully you're feeling sensation throughout the neck and over the top of the shoulder. Maybe drop your head a little bit more towards your shoulder. Relaxing both shoulders away from your ears. Nice full breath here. Really breathe into that space you are creating. And then adjust the arm as you need. You might need to lift the fingertips up or move them down. One full breath in. Good. Exhale, bring the arm in. Bring your head up. Slowly turn your head. Slowly. You're going to feel sensation, right? That's like the rebound effect. We're feeling the, like a rubber band, kind of like relaxing. So there's a little bit of still like, oh, what's that? You might feel that. It's okay. It's normal, but move slowly and gently. All right. So starting back in center, inhale through the nose. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Just start here. Maybe even take your right hand, smooth out the skin on your neck. Good. Just breathing here, leveling out your shoulders. And then as you're ready, extend the right arm out and away, fingertips reaching towards the earth. Again, adjust. Lift up, lift down. Try to keep the arm straight and reach. So in this posture, target area, shoulder, neck, and we're pulling apart. So we're creating tension. But then on the left side, we're creating compression because we're pushing, right? We're kind of pulling this ear towards the shoulder. So losing space, right? Creating space on one side. And the other side is not so much space. Breathing in. Full exhale. Two more breaths here. Good. On your exhale, bring the hand in and then lift the head up. Turn your head side to side. Oh, hopefully that feels nice and spacious and open here. Maybe a little less tension. And if there's anything else you want to do, if you want to take a few head circles in one direction, go ahead. Anything else you might need. Maybe drop your head back for a few breaths or bring your chin towards your chest. But just slowly roll it out. See how it feels. Yeah, I definitely feel less tension in my neck now. It was a tough week. Mother's Day was on Sunday. It was wild. It was wonderful though at the massage studio. We had lots of new clients. It was great, but very busy. But still some people trickling in for Mother's Day with some gift cards and things. So it's nice. Okay, so let's get into the shoulders. I know we had some shoulder requests last week too. And I'm just thinking about what we did. All right. And I think okay. I'm just looking over it. Shoulders. Let's go ahead and take one. Yeah, let's do a little shoulder stretch here. So let's open up to the armpit too. So one arm, I'm gonna take my left arm, pat myself on the back, and then right arm comes up. Inhale, exhale, and bring that hand onto the elbow, and then just gently press the shoulder or the elbow down, and then the hand walks down the back, breathing here. So you're gonna also feel a nice tricep stretch here too, but you might feel some shoulder opening. Good, and breathing here. Good. This is just a little precursor to what we're going to do. We're gonna open up the shoulders a little bit more. I'm gonna do both ways. Take another breath. Good. Exhale, gently release. Good. All right, other arm. Right arm bends at the elbow. Pat yourself on the back. Left arm inhales up. Cup that left hand around the right elbow. Push the hand down. Good. Create a little bit of tension here. Keep reaching the elbow towards the sky, but can you soften your rib cage too so we're not flaring out your ribs? And breathing here. Soften through your face. Relax your jaw. Another big breath in. Good. Exhale, release, let it go. Let's come off of our anything we're on, bolster, pillows, cushions, towels. And let's just take a couple cats and cows with our breath. So setting yourself up, wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips, spread the fingers nice and wide. And then leave a soft bend in your elbows. As you inhale, glide the heart forward, lift your sitting bones. Just nice cats and cows, very slowly. Exhale as you round, push the floor away, dome your spine towards the sky. And then move with your breath. Inhale, glides the heart forward for your cow. Exhale, round to your cat. Let's take about 3 more rounds of cat and cow, very slowly with your breath. Exhale. Coming into your final set. Good. Exhale. Push the floor away. Dome your spine. Really pull your spine towards the sky. Good. And then separate your knees. Bring the big toes together. Let's take a child's posture. Your choice. Arms can be forward. If you want to get like a really nice little active stretch here going first, forehead comes to the floor. Or maybe you want to take your hands, stack them, rest your forehead on top of your hands. Resting here for a few breaths. Just keep releasing your sitting bones towards your heels. All right, friends, taking a few more breaths here. And if the arms are alongside your body or if they're resting under your forehead, just gently stretch the fingertips towards the top of your mat. And then gently lift your head up, look towards your fingertips. Bring your right arm, leave it behind the left arm. Keep the left arm straight. So now we're going to go into this outside shoulder stretch. So bring the head down to the floor, or if you want to bring a block or a blanket, you can do that as well. Hips can stay kind of high if you want, but use support if you want. Again, blankets, blocks, whatever you have. Or keep the hips sinking towards the sitting bones. Let's hang here for a minute. I'm going to time this one this time. And then if the shoulders are feeling spicy, if they're a little delicate, come out when you need to, come back to it when you're ready, or if you're done, you're done. Okay? So 1 minute here. Keep taking those nice full deep breaths in. And checking in with your breath. What is your breath communicating to you? Is it fast? Is it choppy? If it's any of those kinds of qualities, begin to slow down the breath. Gain back control over those inhales and exhales. Good. Slowly begin to lift your head. Unwind. Reach that right arm forward. Pause for a moment. And then slowly bring that left arm behind the right arm, resting on the left side of your face. Again, head can come down to the floor or a blanket or a block, whatever you have. 1 minute here in this twisted child's pose. Try to be as still as you can in each shape and find that edge. Not too easy, not too hard, but just right. Probably where you can go a little bit further, but if you did, it would be too much. Good. Slowly inhale, lift your head, stretch the arm back out, extended child's pose. Breathe here for a few breaths, and then as you're ready, go ahead, maybe transition into a downward facing dog, take some movement, cats and cows, anything that you like. Just listen to your body. What is it asking for? Maybe it's a forward fold and nod the head yes, nod the head no. All right. So we're going to get a little bit more into the shoulders. We're going to come down to the floor. So find yourself on your belly. Take your right arm out to the side. We did do this, I think, a few weeks ago. We're going to be here for 2 minutes in this shape, broken wing. So think about like the way we just had the arm across the body, getting to the outside. This time we're going to go onto the inside. So we're going to feel a stretch across the front of the shoulder. So right arm comes out to the side. And then bring that left hand. Sorry, Mama, I'm going to move you just a smidge. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're great. Thank you. Okay, left hand comes in front of the chest. Slowly peel your chest off the floor, and then you can take the legs, stack them if that's comfortable to you. But think about this back arm, and it's reaching out to the heart. So you kind of look like a half a T. And then take that top leg if you like and add the hips. So this is one of those dual postures where we're getting the shoulder and we're also getting into the hips. Yogi's choice. You get to decide how deep you take the shape. Maybe the legs are stacked. Maybe this top knee is not bent and the foot is on the floor behind me, or behind my right leg, rather. And if you want to take it further, we could bend the right knee too and place both feet on the floor, knees facing towards the sky. It's a little bit, more. So if it works for you and you want to take that option, go for it. If not, stay where you are and breathe. Good. Feeling through that sensation and breathing. Do not hold your breath here. Good. Nice full breath in. Release slowly. Bring the legs back, roll back to your belly. Slide that extended arm back and just pause for a moment. Just pause. Notice that right shoulder, how it feels. We are going to the other side now. So left arm, wings out to the side like a T. Right hand next to your chest. Carefully push into that right hand, roll the chest up. So now you're on your side. And that head can rest. Good. Top leg bends, maybe put that foot behind the left leg. Just gently roll open your hips if you're taking that variation. Otherwise, maybe the legs are stacked, knees can be bent. You can also slide a blanket in between the knees if you want to keep the hips nice and even. And just breathe here. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe adjust the knee, the top knee, maybe pull it open a little bit more, get a little bit more into the twist. Keep that right hand planted in front of your chest. Breathe into that left shoulder. Nice full breath in. Smooth exhale through the nose. All right. Very carefully begin to just roll yourself back to your belly. Pause for a moment. Bring your forehead to your hands. Stack your hands. And just pause. And then when you're ready, just bend your knees. Allow the feet to sway a little bit side to side. Just get the hips a little into it as well. So maybe one hip lifts off the floor as you sway your legs. All right, we're going to come into our Sphinx for about 3 minutes. We did do Sphinx last week, but I thought it would be a nice addition again for this week's practice. So bring those elbows slightly, because it's also good for the heart chakra and the solar plexus. So think about your belly as we're here, right? The upper abdomen kind of pressing into the earth, getting a little stretch here. And then again, walk the shoulders, walk the elbows in front of the shoulders. If you want them stacked, if it feels a little bit better, you can do that. But remember, we're trying to get into the low back. Actually, just think about the whole spine. Think about all the way from the sacrum, low back, mid back, shoulder area, and then open across the chest a little bit, but let the heart sink. So 3 minutes here. Adjust the elbows as you need. If you need more space, if you need to come closer to the floor, walk them out a little bit more. But if you can stay upright, it'll just give you a little bit more of a back bend. And then again, the heart. Think about breathing into the heart and the solar plexus chakras. Good for sciatica as well. Take the feet closer together if you are okay with that. Take them wider if you need more space, if the low back is feeling a little crunchy or spicy. Breathing here. Maybe dropping your head in, dropping it back, or kind of keeping your head neutral. Just keep breathing. Listen to that rhythmic sound of your breath. And take a moment to observe if you're clenching anywhere, your teeth, if you're clenching your low back anywhere, your glutes. Can you soften a little bit? Can you breathe a little bit fuller and deeper into these shapes? Good. Very gently. Again, walk the elbows out. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Take a few cycles of breath, breathing into your low back. Can you feel the low back rise with your inhale? Really sending the breath there. And then as you exhale, release any tension, any gripping. Do that 2 more times. Good. All right, friends, carefully place your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to all fours. If you want to take a little bit like a child's pose or like a lifted child's pose, keep the hips up. Hands walk forward. And then take some movement if you like. Cats, cows, downward facing dog. We will meet back on our sitting bones when we're ready. And we'll do another little posture, a little shape for our low back and sciatica and see how that feels. How are we doing so far, everybody? Anything pop up in the comments I need to check out? Okay. All right. Everyone's doing okay? All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Catherine, for your donation. Really appreciate that. And if there's anybody that wants to contribute for tomorrow's practice as a donation for the trauma sensitive yoga class, that would be greatly appreciated as well. That's just an offering that I don't necessarily expect to get donations for, but if there's anybody that would kind of like to sponsor that practice, that would be amazing. Thank you. Yes, my back popped during the first lot of cats and cows. Oh, Rachel, well, I hope it felt good. I mean, that sounds like it would feel really good. I enjoy when that happens. When I take those forward folds, I just feel like a nice release, like that tension. I'm kind of waiting for one in my thoracic spine right now. So if it doesn't happen during practice, hopefully it'll happen after. So getting back into the low back, and the sciatica stuff, take the legs wide. They don't need to be super wide. They can be a little wide, but wide enough. I will just leave it at that. Just wide enough. So no measurement. You may want to use a block for this, or a bolster, or your leg. You can place that block on the inside, the outside. Decide what height it's going to work best for you. We are taking a little side bend over to one side. So again, and then are we okay with the camera angle? Are we good? Do I need to adjust it all? I know a couple weeks ago somebody mentioned that if I could move point the camera down, are we okay? Okay. If anything is amiss, go ahead, type it in the comments for me, please. Okay, so side bend. Let's take it. Okay, I got some hearts. We're okay. We're good. We can see the legs. Okay, so let the legs go open to the side. Let the feet roll open. Remember, this is not This is not this, right? This is not what we're doing. We're not doing this. So let all of that go, right? So even let the low back round a little bit, let the feet flop open. And like I said, let's take 2 minutes on each side to do that. Bring that forearm down alongside the block or on your leg, on the inside, outside, whatever makes sense, wherever you are today is fine. And then choices. You can leave this left arm down. You can bring it up and over your head. You can drape it. You can bring it behind your low back. So find the appropriate placement for this other arm. If you want it to be active, then take that arm overhead. See how that feels. If it starts to go tingle, or go numb, that's a cue to come and bring that arm back down. Otherwise, we are just here in this nice little wide-legged side bend. All right, it can go down. Okay, cool. Thank you, Peyton. Everybody, thank you, Rachel. Cool. Okay. Better? Yes? Okay. It's nice that we can do that because we're not doing standing postures. So it's like I can adjust the camera to that angle. Makes it easier. Okay, cool. All right, friends. Yeah, and decide if you were on the outside or maybe with your block. I had the block and I was like, let me try it without, because now this feels like I have some intention here. I have like, okay, I feel something now. We want to feel something. We don't want to feel nothing. If we're not feeling anything, then that means we need to go a little bit deeper. We need to dig. We need to go a little further into the shape. So you can also take this lower hand and support your head too. That's nice. Try to root down through both sitting bones. Definitely feeling that stretch on the left side of my low back. Left side of my low back. Definitely feels so good. I just feel like this big space that's getting stretched. So nice. Okay, slowly inhale, come up. If you need to bring the legs together a little bit, give them a little shake, you can do that. And then as you're ready, we'll come back and get ready for side two. So maybe if you started off with a block, start off with that block once again. And then we'll just kind of remove that scaffold. So just kind of prep it, right? Get it a little warm, like, okay, this is where we're going. And then you can start to progress and go a little bit deeper. So maybe you take an arm overhead, or maybe it stays down in front of you or draped behind your low back. And these are all choices that can change. Maybe you're like, well, this is how I normally do it. Maybe it's just not working for you today. That's okay. Try something different. Try not to stay stuck. Right? Just because we do it all the time doesn't mean we have to take it the same way each time. Each time we show up to practice, think about every day you wake up a little bit different based on how you slept, the quality of your sleep, the length of your sleep, what you ate the night before. All of these things affect how we show up every day. So that's why we need to be compassionate and kind to ourselves. Right? I don't know. I don't know about you, but I hold myself to a very, very high standard. So I have to remind myself, like, hey, you're human. You're not going to get everything right all the time. It's part of being human. Darn it. We're not perfect. Just keep rooting down through both sides of your pelvis, nice and grounded. All right, slowly use those hands to support you. Use your arms to make your way back up. You're going to stay in this shape with the legs, but this time we're going to forward fold down the center. So whatever that looks like for you. You can use a support if you want to have something underneath your chest. You can take a bolster, some blankets, blocks, whatever you can. Maybe it's elbows. Maybe you're coming down a little bit more. Maybe it's further. But we're going to take it again for 2 minutes in this shape. So you're going to feel some sensation on the outsides of your legs, right? The outsides of your hips, the inseams here. And breathing here. You're allowing your upper body just to kind of round and come into this shape. Maybe feeling that stretch across your low back. That dull, warm, aching kind of sensation. Keep breathing here. All right, friends. Let me walk your hands under your shoulders, slowly roll back up. All right, and then take your hands on the outsides of your knees, bring your legs together. Let's find ourselves on our back. We're gonna come down for, one of our closing postures, a twist. But before we do that, just hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock. Just massage that low back as you roll side to side. Take the knees on top of your knees and take some circles in one direction. And reverse those knee circles. Good. Bring the feet back to the ground, back to your mat, and then take the feet as wide as your yoga mat, maybe a little wider than your hips, and then drop your knees. This is going to be the twist we close with tonight. So drop those knees over to the right. Let the knees, so the knees are nice and open, right? So they're not together. So you might feel a little bit more in the hips. And if you want to add more, take the right foot, put it on top of your left quad. It's going to add a little bit more torque, a little bit more sensation into the low back. So if it's too much, take the foot off, release it. Breathing here. Carefully release your foot if you took that option. Release it. Exhale. Inhale the knees back up. Drop them over to the left and then bring them back to the right. So take another few windshield wipers and then let the legs settle to the left. Good. And then once you find your legs where they're going to be, if you want, take that left foot on top of the right quad. It's going to feel a little bit different side to side. I definitely feel like this side is tighter. But don't forget to breathe. Release that tension with your exhale. Relax a little bit more into the shape. On your next exhale, release that foot. Inhale the knees up. Again, maybe a few windshield wipers. Draw the knees in when you're ready. The last little bit here, maybe you lift your nose to your knees, give them a little squeeze. And then release your legs out and down. Find yourself in a comfortable position on your back. If you want to take a side shavasana, feel free to do that. Use your props. Or if you want to come onto your belly, your choice. But arrange yourself in a way where you can fully relax and let go. Take another breath in, nice and full. Open mouth, release, let it go. 2 more, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. 1 last time. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring some movement to your fingers and to your toes. Gently waking up the body from the brief shavasana. You're ready. On your next in-breath, reach your arms over your head. Take that full body stretch. Point your toes away. Gently bend one knee at a time. Roll over to one side and just pause. And carefully make your way back up to a comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice today. How we feeling, everybody? Okay? All right. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Oh, I know, right? Oh, yes. Enjoy your weekend for sure, Rachel. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Okay, friends, comfortable seat. Again, thank you so much for showing up tonight or this morning, depending on where you are. Tomorrow, Saturday, I am offering trauma sensitive yoga for sexual abuse survivors. This will be number 3 in the series. There's a total of 5 since we're doing 5 Saturdays for the month of May. So please join me for that. If you've missed the first 2, it's okay. They do kind of build on each other with the themes, but all of the practices are beginner friendly. They're mostly floor based. It's hatha, so it's slow moving, and it's all very invitational, so it's a little bit different than the instruction I provide here, but just as, mindful. Okay, so comfortable seat when you're ready. I'm feeling so much better. I hope you are as well. So inhale, reach the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bringing down all of that divine universal energy to your heart centers. And that divine universal energy vibrates as the frequency of love through which you and I and all sentient beings are connected on this planet. The light in me salutes and honors the light in all of you, my friends. Namaste. Again, thank you so much for joining. We'll do this again next Friday for Yin. But again, if there's somebody that you might know or know that might benefit from the trauma sensitive practice, please ask them, or send them a little invitation to come to practice. Maybe you join together. Again, it's mostly geared towards women, but I did have a man last week. That's the only one that spoke up. I don't know if there were more, but it's always nice to include the men in the practice too, because they are greatly impacted by sexual abuse. This is not just a woman thing. This is an everybody thing. So it does deeply impact people for their lives. And this is just another modality, another tool to use towards healing and kind of working through the feelings that come up with that kind of trauma. So please feel free to join me. If you have questions, please reach out. You can message me on here. If you're on Instagram, you can message me on there. If you want to find my website that's attached to my Insight Timer page, you can always email me through that as well. All right, friends, enjoy the rest of your evening and your day. And again, I will see you next Friday, if not tomorrow. All right, enjoy the rest of your night, and don't forget to drink your water. Take care. Bye.